Hello and welcome to the program. Okay, let's sum up the week in the stock market. Actually, before we get into that, I want to ask you please click the like button and please subscribe. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers is my goal, so I'd really appreciate that if you could help us out. Okay, here we go. Here's year-to-date weekly chart. Every candle represents a week. So let's start out with the SPY. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, the SPY has this line up here at 416 was resistance. It broke through resistance, is now at 418 currently, which is really looking bullish. And we're going to zoom out, take a bigger scope here. So that was the resistance line here. Our next line of resistance is right here, 429. And see, let's back out some more. Let's take a look. Here's the high. So this is going back 2 years. So our next resistance line is going to be 429. The SPY is looking very bullish, and it's still a nice little uptrend here. We draw a little line. That is the trend. In fact, let's revamp that. There we go. Probably should touch a couple on that red candle as well. So there's the little wedge that we're going to work our way into from here. We'll make that red as well. So these two red lines, well, it did break over the resistance here. So we'll see. It's trying to come down. Markets are still open. It's about 3:30 Eastern time Friday. And just as a little market update, the 10-year note, 10-year yield's 3.69, has been rising. And the dollar, relative strength of the dollar is 103.25. That's been rising as well, which means the risk in the market's increasing. So there we have it for the SPY. Now what's going to happen? Do we see any other thing going on here with the SPY? Not really. I mean, it's got a nice higher lows, higher highs. Right now, we did reach a high of today of around 420. In fact, the exact number, well, it's going to be up here somewhere. Okay. So let's take a look at the QQQ. Okay, there was that uptrend line. Broke through it today, or this week, because this is a weekly chart. And there's the resistance that had to break through, which was 333. Let's zoom away and take a look. And the next line of resistance is going to be, well, we got some, let's zoom out a little more. Again, this is the weekly chart. $360. That's where its next target's going to be. I mean, there might be little intermittent targets, like maybe around 342, because we're following it over to here where it broke down. So that's actually, and then it kind of consolidated over here. So that's a nice little range. We'll put that into 342. That's where it needs to go. We'll take a look at this on a daily chart real quick. Okay, so there's the daily chart. Okay, this is still grinding up higher. It's looking nice. So we can get to it. We'll get the year-to-date look on this. Here we go, year-to-date. So it's definitely grinding. We have a double bottom down here at 260, and it's definitely carrying a nice uptrend here. Ever since down here, I mean, it's been carrying that pretty nice. It broke out of that wedge here. Get rid of that, so we'll just hold this line for here. So that's looking pretty good. As far as other stocks today, Well, Tesla's doing pretty good, up 1.51%. It's up to 179. Looks like it's breaking. This is again daily chart. Every candle represents a day, and it's breaking. It's holding the high side of this downtrend, and did break out of that downtrend. So that's pretty impressive. Apple, it's a down day, but very slightly, only 0.04%. Still holding this uptrend, which is nice to see. It's pretty strong. Nvidia down 1.24%, but it had a big shoot past that. It was consolidating at resistance at 284. It finally broke out of resistance, went to 312. That's a big jump, and that's pretty impressive. The banks, so what do we got here? Bank of America, still looking weak. It's just holding down here ever since the bank crisis up here. So I would say it really needs to get to $30, $30.85. And JP Morgan's a slight down day, but doing better than Bank of America. Here was the bank crisis. It's kind of making its way back up, so that looks good. AT&T's taking big drops. Look at this. These are some big drops. When was this one? That was in October of 22. And right here, it's just been coming down pretty strong. Big gap down. Been down ever since. So there's a nice. We'll draw a little trend line on that, and we'll keep an eye. That's pretty. That's an aggressive downtrend. So we'll see what happens with that. And since we're well, let's see what Intel is doing. Intel is actually up today, 1.03%. So Intel's been they've been holding this range here, which is kind of nice, between the $28 and $30 range. So that's interesting to see. Microsoft, again, they're kicking a nice uptrend, still nice and strong. No doubt about it. It's daily chart. It's looking really nice. AMD, they're kicking pretty good too. That's a nice uptrend here. It's holding this uptrend. Let's draw a little line. Give a little technical analysis here. So that seems to be the uptrend line here. And we will get to touch the greens here. So it's right at right where it needs to be. I mean, it did touch it a little bit here. Oops, what happened there? Yesterday, big green day, but today things are coming down. But that's a pretty big move. Other than that, that's about it. I mean, small caps. Some of the big runners here today were. Let's see what we got here. Up 300%. On MNK, and that was pretty choppy though all day long. We'll put this on a 5-minute chart. There's the intraday chart right here. In fact, it's starting to rally right now. It's quite interesting. Then it was SDA, some type of spin-off or something. I'm not sure what was going on here. Anyway. So yeah, that's it for the markets. This was a very bullish week. Look, the 10-year yield just went up to 3.70. So it is definitely a debt sell-off. When we get that 10-year note to sell off, when people get out of that 10-year treasury here, that yield's going to rise. And when it rises fast, it's going to be trouble in the markets. So we'll have to see what's happening though, but it is rising nevertheless. Other than that, we appreciate you watching, and again, please support the program and have a great weekend. Hope you all made money this week trading.